In two previous videos, I discussed Hakham Abadi's Responsum on the prayers for Tisha B'Av from his book Abadi. In episode 218, I discussed Hakham Matloub's instructions to maintain the original customs of Halab, which are to read Echa before reciting Arbit, and not to recite a Haftarah in Minhag Tisha B'Av. In episode 261, I discussed Hakham Matloub's instruction of not reciting Kaddish Kabal on the night of Tisha B'Av. And in this episode, I will discuss the fourth and final question that Hakham Matloub addressed in that Responsum, which is if the third Oleh recites Kaddish before the Haftarah in Shahrit of Tisha B'Av, or if he should recite the Kaddish after the Haftarah instead. The question posed to Hakham Matloub was based on the custom of Egypt that was recorded by Rabbi Rafael Aharon ben Shimon in his book on the customs of Egypt, which he called Nihar Mitzrayim. The custom of Egypt was that the third Oleh did not recite Kaddish until after reading the Haftarah in Shahrit on Tisha B'Av. According to Rabbi Rafael Aharon ben Shimon, their custom was correct, since the Kaddish would be an interruption between the Torah reading and the Haftarah. However, Hakham Matloub disagreed, since the custom in other places was to recite Kaddish right after the Torah reading, before reading the Haftarah. Hakham Matloub supported his position by quoting the Kappa Haim Shayo, who quoted several authorities that specified that the Kaddish is recited right after the reading of the Sefer Torah. Furthermore, Hakham Matloub argued that Kaddish is only an interruption between the Olim, meaning if you recited Kaddish before sending up the minimum amount of Olim, the Olim that went up after the Kaddish do not combine with the Olim sent up before the Kaddish. But Kaddish is not considered an interruption between the Torah reading and the Haftarah. Hakham Matloub wrote that he found this argument in the book Abadi, which was written by Hakham Rahamim Harari supported this argument with our practice of reciting Kaddish after a second or third Sefer Torah on special Shabbatot and holidays before reading the Haftarah. And Hakham Harari also cited the Kappa Haim Shayo and the authorities quoted there. And lastly, Hakham Matloub quoted the book Bet Dino Shel Shlomo that was written by the chief rabbi of Halab, Rabbi Rafael Shlomo Lanyado, towards the end of the 18th century. He wrote that the custom is not to recite Kaddish after the Torah reading in Minhag Yom Kippur, but they do recite Kaddish between the Torah reading and the Haftarah in Shahrit of Tisha B'Av, even though the Maftir is one of the required Olim of the day, meaning the third Oleh. So Hakham Matloub concluded that our custom of reciting Kaddish after the Torah reading, before reciting the Haftarah in Shahrit of Tisha B'Av, is both in accordance with the law and it's the Minhag Kadum, the earlier custom. So to briefly summarize, Hakham Matloub supported all of the original customs of Halab in his Responsum on the prayers of Tisha B'Av. He instructed our community to read Echa before praying Arbit, not to recite Kaddish Kabal on the night of Tisha B'Av, to recite Kaddish after the Torah reading in Shahrit before reading the Haftarah, and not to read a Haftarah in Minhag Tisha B'Av. תזכו לראות בנחמת ציון ובבניין ירושלים במהרה בימינו אמן.